You're concerned about mold in your house, and so the natural question is, should I test for mold? Maybe, maybe not. Before I address that, let me explain the types of mold testing that we do and most mold companies do. Basically two. One is a swab test or a tape test where you're actually taking a sample of something you see that you think might be mold. The other is an air sample, and the idea with that is most mold inside a house comes from outside. So at the very least, you take an air sample outside and an air sample inside, and you compare the two. And if the levels are comparable, then the assumption is that there's nothing unusual going on in the house. If the indoor level has a lot higher concentration of mold species, then the idea is something's going on inside the house, moisture related, that's causing mold to grow. So, should you test? Well, maybe, maybe not. In the end, you just want to get rid of the mold. So is it helpful to know what kind of mold it is and how much there is of it? Well, I can think of 4 reasons why you might be interested in testing. One is if you or someone in your family is allergic to a specific mold species, say Penicillium aspergillus or Cladosporium, maybe that would be good information for you to know. An air sample would tell you that. Maybe you live in a house that is clean. You don't see mold, you don't smell mold, but somebody in your family is sensitive to mold. They are allergic to mold or they're asthmatic, and you just want to know what you're living with. I've been in several situations where people go to work and they feel fine, and they come home and they feel sick. That's an indoor air quality issue. That could be a reason to test. Finally, if you're in the middle of a real estate transaction and the home inspector sees something that looks like mold, and remember, he can't tell you it's mold without testing. He can tell you it looks like it might be mold. You might need a mold test to verify and prove that it is mold. So those are some reasons why you might want to consider mold testing. But in the end, the goal is to get rid of the mold, get rid of the moisture that's causing the mold, and get rid of the mold itself. Thanks for listening.